Hey queens, hey queens, hey queens. I have been doing leca. So, I've been not really transplanting all my plants to leca, but just finicky ones and ones that I want to test trial and all sorts of things. So I've been switching a lot of plants to leca, right? I've been trying to document and see what works, but one thing I've learned is that you definitely have to move the dirt completely from the roots. Okay, so stick with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video to a plant mom, a plant parent, a plant lover that is looking to become a beginner and maybe try some leca. So you see this right here? This is a nice peace lily plant that it actually, when I bought it, it was huge, okay? I just transferred it again over to leca. I have some leaves I have to cut, but look at that. I just gave her a drink of water. She was really droopy. She's looking much better. I'm just waiting for her to pop up a little bit more, and maybe I'll cut off these yellow leaves and stuff like that. Maybe, I'm not too sure. We'll see. And then I took the plant babies. I have it in peroxide and water right now. I took the plant babies and I just put it there so I can prop those up into leca as well. So I'm going to take you over to, because I had a peace lily here in my window that seemed like it's doing okay in leca, right? There goes my reservoir. Now all my plants, I don't leave a reservoir that deep. For instance, my Thai constellation, you see it's in leca, but the bottom of that reservoir is not filled up all the way, just like my begonias. Let me move this. My begonia level of water is not as much as this peace lily, right? Because we always have to remember that our peace lilies, they love water, okay? So they just drink from it. And then we have this bird of paradise. And honestly, let me go over here. Since I switched, I'm sorry, queens, for moving you so much. Since I moved this bird of paradise into leca, she has been doing great. This leaf always been that way, so I never really took it off. But I think that it curled up because I gave it too much humidity, right? You see that right there? Yeah. But besides that, look at that big leaf. That is a new leaf. That huge leaf right there is huge, okay? All because I'm thinking, I'm not sure, that I switched it to leca. But on my peace lily, do you see the yellowing? So, but there's new babies growing. Let's zoom in on that right there. Let's see those babies. Got a baby right there. Baby right there in the middle. And I got two more babies in the middle. Just amazing. So, and then this is my table where we switched our alocasia to leca. I don't know yet of how it is, but before I did this and it was in dirt, it did seem like it was declining, but now I guess it's like stabilizing, can I say. And these are like orchid cuttings I took. I'm trying to see if I can get something from it. But isn't it so beautiful? But these are all my leca water propagations. Oh, look at this starlight syngonium. And leca. I'm loving it. In leca. I'm loving it. This is not in, this spider plant is not in leca. I just have leca at the top. But I want to transport that to leca. I want to transport this Hoya ragu to leca. Because let me show you, since I, zoom in, transplanted this Hoya into leca, it has been thriving. It has thrived. But let's take you over to, let me get her down. Look at this Hoya. She had root rot. She had no roots. She wasn't doing too good. And then now look at her. Thriving. The leaf is growing. Look at the variegations. Right? I think this one over here is done. I could take that one out. But I also did some propagations. You see that? That cream color. So now I can root it up and put that in leca. But Hoyas are amazing in leca. Now, my whole thing is, do you see how much water? And I just topped this off last night because I had no water for probably for like 2 days. But because leca holds moisture, you don't really, like certain plants, you just need to know by doing research. And your research can be your own experiment of what plants need water to be held in their reservoir, right? Because Hoyas, they don't really need water held inside of their reservoir. They just need the bottom of the water to be in contact with the leca in order to soak up for the plant, right? I want to transplant this ficus ultimus into leca, but it's like ever since for like the growing season came, it's been thriving. Look at those babies. I could really propagate this. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4 plants technically. All of these are, well, not all of these. This is in leca, this green philodendron. This is not in leca. I can't remember what this is, but I had a hard time with this plant actually. Not really growing for me, but now it seemed like it is. It's doing much better because this pot was not as full. Maybe because I changed it to this grow light up here, so maybe that's why. And then I have this and leca, okay, growing very slowly. And then I have my ZZ plant has leca at the top. Nothing crazy. So I'm going to come back to give you an update on this plant, this pace lily, big old plant. Let's see. Let me see how many yellow leaves. So there's 1, 2, 3, and this big one is so big. It is yellow. 4, 5. And I think there's one in the back, 6. So 6 yellow leaves, but there's a lot of babies in here growing. I'm hoping that she can survive because she's really fragile right now, transporting her. The first time I transported her to leca, last week, I had her in a really, really big pot. Now the thing is, I just transported her into that clear pot I showed you. And she's doing much better. When I mean that she was a root rot, she was root rot. It was stank, it stinked, and yeah, we just gonna try this again. We put her in a clear pot so I could watch her roots and see how this goes. Now they have another plant that's on rehab that's actually doing much better. This oberphilia, right? I have over here. It was not doing good, but it kept growing good roots. It kept growing good flowers, leaves. But the thing is, it just kept dying, and the new leaf came in all damaged. So I pulled it up, and yes, that also had root rot. And I've noticed that when I am pulling out a plant from dirt, because it's already acclimated to the dirt, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you don't get the dirt all the way off of the plant when you're transplanting it into water propagations, leca, right? Hydroponics, if you want to call it, if you want to say it like that. You want to make sure that either you cut the roots off, because the plant can grow new roots, or you want to really get into that dirt and get all the dirt off. Even in the middle part of the plant, you want to get all the dirt off, okay? Or you will go through an issue like I did, where this plant smelled bad, where this plant was root rotting as well. So we just want to do things like that. And then we have this oberphilia. What is the name of it again? Calathea oberphilia. We've had this one. We've actually been doing good success because it's right under my monstera. When this was huge, it was sitting right here underneath that, and it was big and beautiful. So now we just want to make sure that we keep it under things, because my grow lights, then I have this big light, and then I have these lights. So we want to make sure that it doesn't take such a high intensity of lighting when it comes down to that plant. I want to get it to growing awesome. I'm going to see what's going on with this plant. I'm going to see what's going on. Oh, the roots are not looking too good. I got to go in here and recheck this. Look like some roots. You see those brown roots? So I'm go in there, redo it, check it, give it some peroxide and stuff like that. And peroxide helps with making sure that everything in the water, everything with your plant, it can go a little bit smoother, you know. But it's been a while. I just wanted to come and show you queens what I've been doing, my projects, right? So this plant I chopped up. This is a Syngonium alba, right? I chopped up into this. So I'm excited because leca is actually fun, and I could do so much things with this. There goes my, is this the burley marks? Yeah, this is the burley marks in leca. And I have a few of these. I think I chopped up my whole burley marks technically. And then you have, look at that. I don't know if you can see right there. That wasn't there before. That little baby. So this is a Carrii Hoya. And then we have, that's the variegated kind, right? And then we have the original kind right here. So this was when I transplanted like a week and a half ago into leca. and it's still doing okay. I can't say that it's grew anything new, but we're thriving. We're thriving. We're thriving. So I just transplanted this today into leca. Last night I had it in water and all sorts of things. So we're going to give you updates on this. We're going to give you updates on the peace lily. We're going to give you updates on the sigonium. Look at these sigoniums, just beautiful. The Hawaiian pothos. There goes another Hoya. We're going to give you updates on all of these plants that I have transplanted into leca. This is the Epiprenum pennitum, albo variegated. I love this. I really love this. And then we have the philodendron white princess that we put into leca. I know. We're chancing everything, right? We are chancing everything. I know. But queens, make sure you come back, join me, so I can give you the updates on the plants that I've been transplanting into leca, that I've been having fun with, that I've been trying to make sure I take care of, and just making sure I take good care of not having bugs in my house, because I don't like bugs. But I love plants. I love this hobby. So queens, make sure everything you do it the right way. Hey queens, hey queens, hey queens. So we are back. I think it's 2 weeks later. I actually have to go turn my humidifier off over there. But we came to give you an update. Today is, what's today's date? Cherish? The 7th. May 7th. And we just wanted to come give you an update on the plants that we did put into leca. Okay, well, remember in this corner I had this big old monstera plant. I moved it here. I'm still doing a lot of rearranging, but I moved it here because the humidifier is right there. And then my monstera, what is this? That I was on my plant wish list, and then now I can't even remember the name because so many things is going on and happening. But this monstera, basically, you see this? Oh, if you know, am I giving it too much water or enough airflow? I'm not too sure. But we put this monstera that was right here next to this big monstera. Remember when it was yellowing? Well, I got it from Stop Yellowing. Okay, let me move these. And it is thriving. It is gorgeous. It's growing. It's doing its thing, right? Now, moving on to my big monstera plants that's in leca. Do you queens see this leaf? I know this is a rehab plant, by the way. Do you see that unfurl? But can we take you over here though? Do you see that new baby? That baby was not there looking like that yesterday. Yesterday it was all on the mama, okay? But do y'all see? Can you? So can we say that it is thriving in leca, okay? Hydroponics, I'm loving it. It's doing well. I'm scared to, yeah, I'm scared to move this plant into leca, but I think I may have to because I'm not too sure what's going on. My house is so humid. I just hope I'm giving it enough airflow, but look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. So, one, oh, we got another baby coming. I think I probably didn't water it enough. I'm gonna keep up with the water. So I'm just nervous with dirt when it comes down to the new plants and stuff. But so that plant, the Monstera plant, is doing good. The other Monstera plant back there is doing good. And we have our bird of paradise. Now, I just start seeing some, like it's about to have some babies right here. Right? I'm not sure really if right here is, but I know this one seemed like it's about to come. We're gonna see, but they're looking, it's looking good. I had to cut one off. It was the leaf that was folded all the way, but also browning. This one was folded, and it started to unfurl. So this is actually better than what it really was before. So we're surviving here. We're surviving here. The transition period is still in effect. So we're learning. We're growing with our environment. Okay, queens. And then we also have, let me show you, what else did we show you from last time? Okay, so we have our syngonium that we put into leca. My only thing when it comes down to leca and having a reservoir is which plant needs an actual deep reservoir and which plants need more of a shallow reservoir. For instance, I have my ZZ plant in leca, right? And I think I need to dump this water out because I don't think it needs to really sit in water, you know? So I'm gonna put this right here. But I don't think it needs to sit in water. And then I have this Hoya. That's all I can remember at this moment. I'll put the name of it on the screen. But I have this Hoya that I transplanted. It's actually okay. I just probably need to give it more light. But it's actually doing not bad. You know, only had one so far that turned yellow. I probably need to give it a little more humidity. I wanted to move it, but it just seemed like it was doing okay right here, but I'm going to move this plant. It's not dropping, it's not doing bad, but I just want to at least start seeing some new points somewhere, something to let me know that you're doing it, Selena, you're doing it, okay? And then the syngonium, it's not as bad as I thought. I think I probably have like one leaf that I really have to pull off. Probably this one. Yeah. Probably just this one. They're crawlers or climbers, really. So they're going to need some support. And then we have this little one that we took from here and we put here. And you see how I said reservoir, less water, shallow, deeper, all sorts of things. I think you have to know exactly which kind of plant you have, what it needs in order to give it the correct things. And then look at my philodendron white princess, right? Remember I showed you this the first time and it's not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad, as I shall say. But I am going to pour a little bit of this water out. I don't want to give, I don't want the plant to rot or anything like that. So I'm going to pour that water out. But this is one plant, the Epiprenum, that you can have a deeper water reservoir. You see that what I mean? All right, and it's doing good. Look at those roots. Some of them, there's some roots, some of the don't have roots because I propagated it by cutting. So it's coming along, but it is loving this water reservoir. It's loving leca. It's doing its thing. Look at it. I have a grow light right here. And then, even though this is not in leca, just look at that baby. Look at the baby. It is loving this spot. I'm just saying. And then we have, just gorgeous. And leca. Okay. Oh, look at this. It's grew since I put her in here. Did you see the little unfurling right there? I'm in love. I'm just in love. So as you can see, the plants are actually thriving in leca. They're surviving. They're doing their thing. Okay. Even our bonsai tree. Let's take you to the bonsai tree. Our bonsai tree, look at her. How tall she is, how beautiful she is. And she's just thriving. So I have that much water in there. She was dry, but she is thriving still. Okay. So you can put a bonsai tree in leca, watch it thrive, watch it survive, watch it do its thing, and just grow. And now we have another Hoya that's in leca. It had another piece over here, but that actually rot. It didn't do too well like this part of it did, but this is thriving. It's growing new babies. It's doing its thing in leca. I just think that I need to just pay attention, give it more light in order for things to grow. And look, I just propagated this and just put it on the side where the water was and just let it grow some little roots. And then I'll just plot that baby up. Okay, and then we have, let's turn this off. And then we have our Scindaptus, which is actually doing okay. It's not declining, so I can't say that it's doing terrible. You know, Alexa, turn plant light 1 on. I can't say that it's doing terrible. Yes, I have plant lights connected to my Alexa. So this is excellent. I'm not sure if you see the roots yet. Not yet. And then we have another Syngonium. I had to give it more water this rising when I woke up. Another Syngonium that's in leca, loving it, thriving, doing its thing. And then we have this Alocasia. That is in leca, okay? Let me bring this Alocasia over here. Don't want to spill any water. Okay. Now, this Alocasia, you see this baby? And it's nice and juicy. That baby's nice and juicy. But the thing is, this one right here, I guess when it was transitioning to water, I guess that's why they say you don't transplant things and move things around and mess with things when you have a baby growing, because I guess this can happen. Yeah, it like broke off. And then this one is going out the way. So is it doing that thing of one grows, one dies? But I seen a YouTube where this queen had all of her alocasias. It would grow, it would stay. It would grow, it would stay. It would grow, it would stay. Yeah, no. Nope. And I'm not getting that. But I will not give up. I choose to win. But you see these brown tips, that probably means it needs a little bit more humidity. So I just moved it over here, and hopefully you will grow for me, aloe, my little Polly. Okay, and then we have, oh, remember when I said that I had some corms from this plant, right? My alocasia, maybe that's the poly. Oh, maybe I have the name. No, is that the fried egg? No, this is the fried egg. Well, the fried egg is technically a variegation, so this is not really a fried egg. But when I say fried egg, a lot of people will know what I'm talking about. But this one, I have to remember the name. This is the alocasia. I can't remember right now. But it's in leca. It's thriving. It's giving me more plant babies. It's doing its thing. Look at that right there. Oh, if I can zoom. Okay, there you go. In leca, doing this thing, growing, loving me. I'm loving it. Okay. And what else is up in my begonia? The begonias is in leca. Begonia white ice. It's thriving. I was so scared with this one to put this in leca because I don't know nothing about alocasias, but I'm not alocasias, but begonias, and they love moisture. Let's say that. They love to be in water. They like to be hydrated, and they need humidity and light. But if you have it in water, you didn't solve your humidity problem. There you go. Okay. And what else is back there? I have another. You see that right there? Ahoya carrii. That's what that one was over there. I should go back to it in a minute. Ahoya carrii. You see that little piece at the tippy top? Yeah, it's hopefully that grows. That's something growing. But that's in leca. And this right here, queens, that's the Hoya carrii. But the other one in the window is a variegated kind. So this is what happens when you actually have your plants labeled. So this is the variegated Hoya carrii. You see the heart shapes on them. And then the other leca, yes, that plant is in leca. The Hoya abovado is in leca. And then I don't know if you can actually see, but I have a table in front of me. There's you see those little roots right there coming from that? I can propagate that. I can propagate that and make another plant baby. My monstera in leca. But I noticed that it's a slow grower. Or am I just not giving it the right conditions? But do you see that? right here, like it's about to have a baby. And that's some good variegation. Oh, yes. It's like we're about to have 2 babies. You see it right there? Yeah. Yeah. And then we have another Sigonium. But do I have this one in leca? Nope, I take that back. I take it back. So, I'm going to take you outside. I hope there's no bees out there. Was there bees still out there? Monte? Okay, we're gonna hope that no bees come to me. Okay, so remember, it's not doing too good. I just put it outside yesterday. You see that? Remember that? You remember that? Yeah, I figured I put it outside. Maybe it needed some air circulation. But yeah, no. I'm gonna have to throw that out. I don't know what I was thinking. And the reason it ended up like that, I'm going to get another one because I'm going not to give up. I refuse to give up, okay? It's like that because I didn't clean all the dirt off the first time, Queens. Yeah, I didn't. And the little one down there looked like it's a little bit better than definitely this one. But make sure you clean the dirt off when you're transplanting to water propagation, when you're doing hydroponics or any leca. But one good thing about leca is that, ooh, all of those, the leca, I don't have to throw out. I'm just gonna clean it and reuse it, okay? So, this is my proud moment of my plant. And a bird had to poop on it, didn't they? Oh. Okay, what else is in leca? I have these, they got sunburned, but it's okay. We're still gonna grow. We're still going to push out new growth. But I have this in leca, my ficus tree. Now let's go over here to this bird of paradise. It has rainwater in it from yesterday. Do you see this one? I cleaned the dirt off all the way and it did much better than Big Mama over there, right? So that's why I said I'm going to get another one, clean the roots, the dirt off the roots 100%, and then I'm going to just watch it thrive. That's all I need to do is watch it thrive, because look at this one thriving. Let me show you, since I put it outside, this right here, baby, has been unfurling. And they're, none of the, look at them, the leaves are okay. It's just, what, one? And you have another plant, baby? Yes! Oh, it's loving outside. It's loving outside. I have alocasias down here somewhere. I just hope it grows, because I would be really down if it don't. But I think, if I remember, I think that's all of my leca that I have. You said I have extra leca. Yeah, I have more work to do. And then these are all, because, listen, I started my channel first with amarilla plants, right? I love amarilla plants. Love amarilla plants. So far, I have, how many is in here? I think 2 is in here, but look at all those babies. All those babies. So 2 is in there. 3, 4. That one also has babies. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Just 9 of them. But I am an amaryllis plant. I love the flowers on them. As you can see, I've been getting into more and more flowers. Even these begonias over here. I would love to put this into leca, but I just gotta know that the flowers are going to fall off eventually. They'll survive more in the winter because they like a cooler environment compared to the sun, being in the bright sun, all sorts of things. So I think it can last in my home. I'm just trying to run away from all these bugs. I don't do outside, honestly. I just put the plants out here. I go about my business. But these are my plants outside. I'm gonna do a video if you guys are interested in seeing which plants I put outside, because I'm not done with putting my plants outside, and why I do it. So, Queens, we're gonna go back inside this house so no bugs come after us. Let's see in this window. Oh, so let me show you these. So this, I'm not sure if I didn't plant them right, which I think I didn't, because look, I think if it's not there, then they die. They dry out and die. So they probably have to be a little bit deeper. And then look, it's just at the top, just like that. But look at what leca did. You see that? So be patient, give it time. It's gonna grow new roots. And if they grow some new roots and give you a new plant, you can cut off those old and bad things. So I'm just gonna put this to the side because look, it's giving me a new baby. Camera, straight up. See, it's giving me a new baby. And it has new roots. Right here too. So I don't want to just kick it to the curb, honestly. Now this, if you watched my Instagram stories, if you're following my Instagram stories, right, you'll see that this plant was in a huge pot. I'm not gonna say huge like that, but it was big for this. And I'm wondering why it's dying. Seriously, we could have just put this in a smaller pot, but it's okay because everything happens for a reason. We are going to put this in hydroponics. Some Clorox on the table, and we are going to grow this baby. Okay, now we have another experiment in the leca and hydroponics. I think I think this may be okay because it's growing babies right there. Nothing seemed like it's really rotten, and they doing good so far. Probably just give it a little bit more water. Okay, what else do we have in leca? Now this, I have to tell you too, I think I overwatered it. I really have to start using my app. I have an app, but I don't use it. Yeah, I know. Doesn't make sense, right? And this one, I don't know what's going on. It's growing, but it's yellowing. Why? So now I'm thinking, maybe I should just run water on it. What is going on? It's growing, but it's just yellowing every minute. I cut the yellow off, it yellows, but it's growing. Like, what the hell is going on? Heck. But you see what I'm seeing? Because first of all, it wasn't this big. It was not this huge. But then yesterday was not all this yellow. So maybe I'm like, just pour the water out. Like, how do I take care of this starlight? And this is also an evergreen. This is a Chinese evergreen. This is an algonemia. Maybe I don't need to water it as much. Oh, you may want to be on the dry side. Listen, we are growing with Selena. We are learning as we go. Just keep on pressing on. We're just not giving up though, because look at this one. I remember when I first bought this beauty of a plant, and it went back to like 2 leaves. So for this to be happening, this is why we don't give up, okay? This is why we don't give up, because look at this. I have to do something with this one, but then when I went to go check it out, I'm like, but it's growing, give me new babies. Maybe I just need to repot like certain parts, but then look, it's giving me new babies. You see right here. But sometimes a stressed plant does that, pushes out new babies, and then just wilt on you altogether. But I will not lose you. I will keep going and growing with you, okay? But look at my other monstera. My baby monstera. And look at growing another baby right there. It's not in leca though. I just wanted to show you. But those are my plants. Another Hoya. I don't think this one is doing too great. But I'm gonna propagate this, do it some more, figure it out. And I'm going to figure this plant out. I think it's because I'm probably have it in water when it shouldn't really be in water. It probably needs less water. But anyway, those are my plants. Besides the one that's all the way up there by my TV, that's in leca. Okay, and let's show you queens. My plant by my kitchen sink on the window, that's in leca. It's doing good. It has a small water reservoir. Gonna fill that up. And then I have this. And this is what I was saying earlier about the fact that know which plant needs to have a water reservoir and know which plants really don't need a water reservoir, but you to tap on it once in a while for the leca to soak up the water. If you queens want to learn more about leca and why I'm actually switching to leca, because realize leca doesn't hold nutrients for your plant. So there's going to be some things that you're going to have to do in order to make sure that your plant is getting fed and surviving. Okay, and saying that, let me put these back. Okay, let me get that in a minute. But this is me just trying new things, trying different things, and look at my orchid that is in leca. It's still thriving, it's still going, it's still growing. Okay, and now this one, let me show you something. This one didn't have any blooms on it at all. And then next thing you know, poof, poof, poof. I'm just amazed. And then now look at this one. You see? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And let me show you my other orchid that is in leca thriving. Boom. I'm not gonna say, no, it hasn't dropped a leaf because the other one came off because it fell. The plant fell, so it broke off. But besides that, it's thriving. It's thriving. It's thriving. I probably need to give it some plant food. I did have it dry for a little while, and then look what happened. It gave me a dry piece of stick. I could cut that off. But it's thriving. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. And then I have this that I propagated. Burley marks and leca. And I just change out the water. But look at those roots. So, but we are at our end of the video. No. And I just wanted to come give you an update on the plants that are in hydroponics that's growing with leca and doing its thing. When we get another peace lily, right? I'm going to go through the whole transition with you from going to the store. I think we should do this tomorrow. Going to the store, picking out our peace lily, cleaning off the dirt, and making sure it's cleaned off. I'm going to do the whole thing with you, queens. But if you are interested in knowing more on leca, let me know, and I will definitely put a video together breaking down leca and my reasonings of why I even did leca, okay? And why you maybe might want to try leca as well. So make sure everything you do it the royal way and keep on planting.